The Eagles, how are you? I hope you are well. I'm here to talk about something really serious, and that is why now with forever. Now, I genuinely believe wholeheartedly, in fact, I go as far to say I know that there has never ever been a better time to build a business. In the marketplaces right now, people are feeling not great about where they are. And we can see here, I put some stats for you to see people feel displaced, they feel uncared for, they don't feel valued in what they do. And do you know, here within this opportunity, we develop people, we empower them, we recognize them, we uplift them, we take them to our communities, into our teams, and we make sure that they're all of the things, or they feel all the things that they haven't felt in the environment that they've previously been in, or that they're still in, or you're still in. You know how great it feels to be working alongside people who are like you. You get to pick who joins your team, you get to pick who you work with, you get to pick who you join. We don't have to worry in forever about redundancy. We don't have to worry about not getting promoted. I was just speaking today with somebody who says, I've built my business, around my child, but I don't know how to tell my story because it's not forever that I do that. My husband earns a good wage, so I was home anyway. And so we figured out, what her story is that she was going to be at home with the baby anyway, but needed something else. She's still driven, she's still ambitious. Just because you become a mum, you don't fail to, feel motivated, feel the need to create something better for your family, but you don't want to miss out on being that mum. And so I believe that forever our industry gives you the best of both worlds, and that is why I think it's fantastic. Apart from all the other things that obviously our company gives us, which we're going to talk about, but I don't have to worry about redundancy or not getting promoted within what we do. For role, are you going to get promoted? Nope. Are you going to be the CEO if you're working part-time around your child? Absolutely not. So, it might offer the flexibility, but does it offer all the benefits that come with being a CEO? No. And that's what this opportunity does. And if you have a look at the people that are feeling really at this time about what the NHS workers, I have never ever met a nurse or anyone who works for the NHS that says, I love my job, I'm cared for, it's flexible enough around me, my family. Never in life have I met anybody that says that. They say, I love my job, but same with teachers. Teachers right now, it is crazy how unhappy, and I would go as far as to say 90% of teachers are unhappy with their change in pension, unhappy with the circumstances in which they work in, unhappy with the red tape that they have to all of the time, which stops them being the teacher that they. Police officers go like, numbers dropped, you're doing the work of 3 people, it's more dangerous to work on your own constantly, it's scary. Council workers the same. Anyone who works for the government, it's a faceless organization. So you might have your team leader or your supervisor, whatever it is, who it is that's your boss, and you might have those ones that are great, but really they're not that invested to develop you, because the reality is if they develop you in any one of these jobs, you might then take their job from them. And that is why network marketing is different. Look at all these companies that you've probably been reading for the last few minutes when I've been talking, all these companies that we think are stable. Look at what's happened to them. This is in 2018. 2018. The biggest ones out that you recognize, companies with way more jobs on than this. But look, Jamie's Italian closed down 12 restaurants. I think is doing good. Fraser was completely bought out because it was going. Tesco, 1,700 jobs. Sainsbury's, thousands and thousands of management are set to go. Debenhams, 120 jobs. Toys R Us, 3,000 jobs. And don't just think of this as numbers. Think of these as people, as individuals. These are people who have gone to work and they have said, sometimes as of tomorrow, that's it. Monarch Airlines is a perfect example. And at the QLS weekends, we heard from a lovely lady who worked for Monarch Airlines. Do you know how she found out she got made redundant? An email. 19 years service, and she got an email to say, don't come tomorrow, we don't have a job anymore. That's the value they put. That's the reality of life when you work for somebody else. New Look, 60 stores, 980 jobs. Littlewoods, 1,992 jobs. Tesco Direct, 500 jobs. Joe's Restaurant, 34 restaurants closed, 500 jobs gone. Homebase, 1,300 jobs gone. 300 of those were head office staff, so corporate environment. 60 to 80 stores gone. Mothercare, 60 stores gone. 900 jobs. Poundworld, 355 stores. 1,000 jobs. Marks and Spencer's, 380 jobs. Morrison's, 1,500 management jobs. Maplin, 2,500 jobs. The restaurant, 94 restaurants gone, 500 jobs. Carpetright, 92 stores, 300 jobs. Does that not just give you an overview of the current climate and why being your own boss, being in control of what it is that you do, being in control if you get promoted, being in control if you keep yourself in a job or you make yourself self-redundant, you give up, that is under your control. The industry right now is ripe for explosion, right now. Our marketing plan is the most generous in the industry. Not the companies that have stood the test of time, have even stood the test of time, I should say. Never mind flourish like we have. If anything changes in Forever, if there are changes to the plan, it changes for the better. If they make a mistake when they realise they work really, really hard to make it right, I've seen it. I've been sat in the rooms when it's happened. We've got the best recognition programme. We belong to a company that cares. We don't have to worry about redundancy. We've got free training and development. You choose your own pay rise. It is up to you how much you get paid. You decide your work. It is completely up to you. There's no cap on it. Endless incentives. Lots and lots of fun. I know you'll agree with that. And experiences like no other industry. Who gets to go on holiday twice a year if they choose to do the work? Who gets to do that? Who gets to, meet up at training events and have the fun that we do? Who gets to do that? And it's okay. It's accepted. You put on your corporate hat and pretend to be something you're not. You don't have to do that. As I've said, we've got the most generous marketing plan. We are privately owned. Look at all those companies that I've just shown you. Lots of companies that turn over. And this is a unique selling point of Forever. And so I want you to write this down and digest it. We are a company that turns over $2 million per year. Any company of that size you'll find floating on the stock market. Anybody can invest in it. Anybody can become part of the board of directors if they invest enough. Anybody can have a choice, make a decision over that company's employees' futures. Not Forever. Privately owned, we're owned by a family that really cares, that family values are really at the core of it. If you're speaking to any business people about the business opportunity, this is a massive point, that it's privately owned, yet it turns over what it turns over. Believe me, anyone business-minded enough will say, wow, it's privately owned. Yes, it's privately owned. No people with no care about its business owners making the decisions. And that's why I see many network marketing companies come and go, because they're just not got that solid foundation like we have. We've got the best products and product development investments in the industry by far. We don't just buy a product from China, off label, stick a Forever label on it. Oh no, this is years of development. Literally from plant to product to you is the motto, and because that is exactly what happens. About our marketing plan, I want to delve a little bit deeper into that first. Our marketing plan is the best recognition program. 2 trips per year. 2 trips per year. Do you know the amount of people just within this Eagles team who can talk to you about the trips that they've been on and how life-changing those trips have been? For me, South Africa was probably one of the most life-changing trips. It gave me a bug for travel because it was somewhere that I never wanted to go. It was somewhere that was never on my list. I probably never would have experienced actually if it wasn't Forever. And it was the most incredible experience of my life. It really, really was. The safari that we went on, how we were treated. I worked really, really hard in my first and second year of Forever. And that saw me through 5 years in business, where the following 3 years I was able to, take my foot off the gas. I was financially secure. I had those savings in the bank. I had the low mortgage. I didn't need to worry about anything like that. And when the hard times came, I was able to put myself where I needed to be, which was with my friends. When my best friend, the husband, I don't know if Tam's going to listen to this, and I've just realised I've left the architects thing down the bottom there, sorry. But when my Greg, I really didn't know what to do. I mean, what to do for your best friend when there's nothing you can do. But what you do have is time. If you've built your business, if you've dug your well, and you're able to help out, then that's what Forever enables you to do when you're needed. The well has already been dug, you can go there and drink. But if you haven't dug that well and the hard times happen, you're only going to look back and kick yourself and think, I should have done it then. And we look at Tamsin's business. Tamsin will say, she didn't work as hard as she could have actually for the first few years, but she did that around bringing up a little family. Greg was away a lot working. And so when I look at Forever for things like that, and, she's been able to take the time when it's needed, but still have the income. I mean, it's pretty incredible, really. So we're sat with the right company. It's certainly the right time, but are you being the right person? Because that's all the fuel, but you are the engine, and you decide how fast that engine goes. So I want to talk to you about two different types of FBOs. So you've got FBO type 1, comes in, to go, not really committed, doesn't fully connect to the business opportunity, or doesn't fully connect to the program. They can leave as easy as they joined. And then you've got FBO number 2. Then we have the influence. I want to call them influence because I believe they influence people to take a look at a different way. They influence people to try a product that might benefit them. They influence people to build their business because they are doing so. They are the driving force of any network marketing business, and they don't moan, they don't complain, they learn and they get on with it. Let's look at the characteristics of influence. And I want you to ask yourself the question, is this you? They are independent. They take responsibility. They don't wait for somebody else to do it for them. They're not the people who you call or you speak to and they say, oh yeah, I know I haven't quite done that yet. They haven't, not done what you discussed in your meeting. They're the ones who say, yeah, I've already done that, and I've listened to that, and I've listened to that. What's next? I've got my plan ready. They use the system. And I talk about a system, and over the next couple of weeks, you're going to get some webinars that are really going to break down the system and talk you through it. But it is simple, really. It is using the simple system of building your team. It is plugging into the training system and using that. It is coaching that out to everybody that you bring on. They take action daily without fail. Without fail. They are consistently working towards their goals. They're not thinking, oh yeah, my business. Hey, my friend might like a mask, and then nothing for the next few days. And then, oh yeah, I told one person about the business bit, and then nothing. They take action daily. They understand 3 to 5 years. Lots of people don't get this, but 3 to 5 years hard work, you have no idea what that would do for the rest of your life. I worked hard for 2.5, 3 years. Really hard. Really, really hard. Harder than I ever did in the police, and I worked hard in the police. And it set me up for life. They're consistent in all that they do. They're consistent. They don't do it for a month, then nothing. Do it for a fortnight, then nothing. Do it for a full week, then nothing. Consistently working the plan, working the system. Consistency is key in our industry, and you can set your levels. See, influencers, they set their levels. If their level is 2 hours a day, they set it, they keep it, they stay consistent with it. If their level is 1 hour a day, they set it, they keep it, they remain consistent with it. But they do not do 1 month on, 2 months off, 2 months on, 1 month off. They're consistently building their business. They understand that it takes 90 days to create a habit. Influencers create habit, and they don't think, oh, I'll do this for 2 days and and then that's it. I understand it takes 90 days to create a habit, 90 days of consistently doing that activity, and then it becomes a habit. They understand that. They have a retail and a recruiting strategy. They are all planned out. They have their strategy, they stick to it, and they keep working that plan around the system, and it works. They don't count hours. This is a biggie. When someone says, I've been working my business 5 hour week, and it's not worked. If you're doing the right activity 5 hours a week, it will be working. They don't count the hours. They just do what needs to be done. I can't tell you when people say, oh, Emma, in the beginning, what did you do? How much did you do of it? How hard did you work? I worked to my fullest capacity. I honestly, hand on my heart, look back and say, I didn't physically have worked a minute longer every day. I could have physically done it. I know I did it around William. I had Sean at home, but because I put that massive action, that allowed him to be at home. So I wasn't lucky to have him at home. I worked so that my income, it was over £11,000 per month when Sean left the police. And I knew I was going to count on me. I would never, ever, ever be in a position where he had to go back. Never. Nor myself. It was not a question of, oh, let's hope it stays like, let's hope it continues to build, let's hope. My whole was, I'm going to build it so big that even if it drops to 10%, I've got a 10% of my income that I had from its biggest, I will still live an amazing life. It's exactly what I did. It didn't drop to 10% when I slowed down. But you know what? That is what I set out to do, and that is what I did. I didn't count the hours of how long is it going to take me to do this? It's not about that. It's the same now with fitness. I'm really focusing on fitness, and I want to get down to my ideal weight. I don't think, how long is it going to take me to get to that? And then after that, I can just binge. We all know that doesn't happen. You've got to create those habits so that I'm going to stay in that good position. I'm going to stay in great body condition. I'm going to stay feeling good about myself. We all know that, and it's the same with business. Influencers are problem solvers. They're never part of the problem. They are always, always part of the solution. I can't tell you how many times we'll get a message and say, oh, this is so rubbish. It's, I don't know, a delivery's come in a bigger box. And what? And oh gosh, they sent me out something, arrived the next day, but gosh, it's a small product, it's in a big box. Really? Those people are part of problems. All focused around problems. Do you want to be part of the solution? And thinking, well, okay, maybe I could pop them an email. Maybe I'll say, do you know you're wasting loads doing this? If that is going to serve you well, if that time taken in doing it is going to serve you well, it's not going to serve you well. I've had so many people come and sort of dish out the problems to me. Find a solution. Be a thinker. And sometimes you might need to thrash it out with someone else to find this, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes you've got to do. I've had to do that. I've had to pick up the phone to Lise, pick up the phone to my sis, my bro, pick up the phone to Jay Leach to say, do you know what? I've got this issue. This is what I think the solution is. Do you agree with me? But I always think there's solutions. Those that moan, if an order's going to be a couple of days late, or if they down for the BP, or if they, for some reason, there's issue and they can't get to success day or whatever, be part of the solution. Always think for solutions. Take more of a natural leadership role. That's what a leader does. They look for solutions. They make it work. They have a big vision. They don't think small. They know that if they stick with the activity consistently over time, I have never, ever, ever worked with one single person who stuck with the activity consistently enough of it over time that it hasn't worked for, not one single person. Influencers have a sparkle in their eye. So, they've got that enthusiasm, walk into a room and it lights up because they're enthusiastic about life, that, they stand the vision. That if they've got a full pipeline of 20, 30, 40, 50 people, they are never going to have to worry about recruiting or about growth, because you will always, always be growing. So they're proud to be network marketers. They're proud to do what we do. So my motto, my philosophy now: you can join me, you can lead me, or you can follow me. If you're not interested, absolutely fine, but please get out of my way, because I am moving forward and fast. And those of you that want to come, fantastic. But if not, I'm going anyway. That's my philosophy with prospects now. You can join me, you can lead me, or you can follow me. If you're not interested, that's absolutely fine. But please get out of my way, because I'm moving forward and fast. And those of you that want to come with me, fantastic. And those of you that don't, I'm going anyway. Do you have these qualities? Are you the influencer right now? Are you already doing it? Are you the influencer? If not, then look at those qualities. Get those qualities, develop those qualities, create those habits that need to be done. The influencer is influencing people to make a decision that will be a decision that is for their greater good, that can give them everything in life that they want and what they're willing to work for. If you talk to people about the opportunity apologetic, shoulders down, no eye contact, how do you think that's going to go? Or if you talk to people with shoulders back, proud, confident at what your opportunity can do for them, have that spark of enthusiasm in your voice and in your eye, you're passionate, you're motivated, it's catching. It is catching. People are going to want to hear about what it is that you're doing. As I said, some people walk into a room and you feel that they bring the energy down, and the only time they light up a room is when they walk out of it. We all know those people, right? We all know those people. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. We are at the beginning of the year right now, and so let's make it count. You probably didn't know this, but I want you to really consider this. You only need 25 to 30 people with the qualities that we've just discussed, 25 to 30 top influencers in your business to be a millionaire. You become that influencer. That is the first step, because you can only create this if you help others. And you can only help others if you are that influencer. I mean, in a big way, in a big way. So remember, you're here to serve those that want to learn. Those that don't, it's absolutely fine. But remember my motto. You only need 25 to 30 influencers throughout your team to be a millionaire. And I can tell you now, I didn't even have half of that when I made my first million. And so I want you to consider what it is that you want, how you're prepared to grow, become, have the qualities of those influencers. The people that are doing right now, the people who are getting everything out, the people who have dug the well, the people who are digging that well. You're going to hear from a lot of these people over the next few weeks. I'm going to bring some amazing knowledge to your table. Whether you eat at that table is the decision that only you can make. But the time right now to build business is never better. And I'm with you. I'm holding your hands. I'm building mine at exactly the same rate. I can promise you that. I want each and every single one of you to work out what it is that you want, what you're prepared to do. If you're prepared to get those qualities, to acquire those qualities, to develop those qualities, to learn the skill, to get the knowledge, to do the work, to find those influences, to dig that well, and so that it's there to serve you well when you need it. I love you all very, very much. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's webinar, but more than that, I hope you are willing to go out there and put into practice everything that you know. And also for those of you who are brand new, for what you're about to learn in the next couple of weeks, strap in, clipping in your seatbelt, because it's going to be a fun ride, but it's going to be a really exciting one. If you want to develop that amazing business, look at that potential of what you saw when you looked at that opportunity, get that fire in your belly and make it work. Build a business like so many of us have, that we are right beside you. We are holding your hands and we are guiding the way. Take care, everyone. Good night. I hope you can't sleep a wink with excitement.